and I woke up because like I got off work. It was my last day there. I got off work at 2, took a shower, went to bed at 3, woke up at 10. My right hand was entirely numb.
That's
It
rough.
it
That was like,
felt like nothing was there until I like started moving it, but like I never had that happen before.
when I worked at In and Out, I
Mm-hmm.
worked like a closing shift one time, and closing shifts are the worst because like we don't get off till like you said super late to like 2:30 at night,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next day I had to work an 8 hour um early shift, and it was just like terrible. I hated it. It was the worst.
Yeah, cause like I don't know, like a lot of the work it was a welding job, so
hmm
I've never done like a ton of manual labor before.
hmm
And this one, every single day, I would have to pick up or have someone help me pick up like these like over like 70 something pound objects and lift them up over my head to put them on tables.
That's insane.
It physically hurt. Everyone was all like not the people there, like anytime I asked anyone, they're like um they were like, well, that's just your muscles developing. And I'm like, it should not hurt this much. I took weights class before where they have like they try to push you to the limit. I was taking weights and doing cross country, and I did not feel this bad after running. It was like 3-4 miles and doing weights
hmm
class at the same time.
That is insane. Yeah, like some jobs require a lot of physical labor, and I could not do that as a job. Like
Yeah,
that's just not like
yeah.
I feel you.
Cause like I enjoy welding. It's just I didn't like industrial welding.
I feel you. I feel you. Totally. You just gotta find like what suits you. Like I worked at In and Out for like a year, and then I was like, oh, it's time. Like they started giving me too many hours, and it conflicted with school too much, and I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, school comes first.
What are you going to school for?
I'm going to school for computer science. It's rough.
That's what I'm okay. I'm thinking about going back to school for something to do with computers, but I really don't know what I want to do. Like I enjoy computers, but
hmm
I it's not like I don't want to build computers. I kind of want to like
hmm
one of my friends goes, "Well, would you like being a software engineer?" And I'm like, "Well, can you tell me what a software engineer does?" And he's like, "It's kind of
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of
modding for
options.
stuff." And
hmm
like he's like, "You
I'm
can
taking a
work from
software engineer
home.
class.
Is it
Yeah,
fun?"
well, software engineer. It's more like I think of software engineer as more of the managing side
Mm-hmm.
computer science because you have to know a lot more of like the diagrams and like how to manage people because like that's what we do in my class right now is a lot more like not as coding because we've only done like coding once in the class, and so it's a lot like if you don't want to be a programmer, definitely go to the side of software engineer, or there's always engineering management if you don't want to be like writing a bunch of code. You could be go more like that direction. There's a lot of different ways to go like with computer science. Even if you just get a computer science degree, you could still go like lots of different ways.
That's definitely like the big thing though is like I feel like I shouldn't like choose one because there's so many different options that I
Yeah.
should really know what I'm getting myself into in specific ones cuz like whenever I first took on welding for junior year of high school cuz I'm still 19. Like I just graduated this spring from college with an associate's degree in welding, and I took junior and senior year as for high school in these classes. And the only reason why I took welding as a class was because I literally had no plans for my future.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
just kind of took it because people were like, "Well, you liked that welding simulator," and I'm like, "Sure, why not? I'll sign up for the class. Like, it's fine."
Mhm.
And I enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong, you can enjoy something as a hobby, but like as soon
But
as you
like
can,
not want to do it for like the rest of your life.
yeah,
Yeah, I completely understand.
yeah. And I really do like. Okay, so have you ever built a computer?
I've never built a computer. I know Nate has. He built his computer. He built Blue's computer. He's really good with like that type of stuff. He likes it a lot.
I would
I mean,
say try to
someday
build your own
I want to.
computer. I would say try it for yourself. It's really nice. Like the thing is like whenever you think of building computers, you don't like a lot of people think that it takes like a whole bunch of work, and there's so many websites now that can help you. Like I
Mhm.
sound like terrible about this because I actually what I did is I had one friend. I asked him, I told him the price range, told him what I would like to do with it, and he sent me a build. Well, then I sent it to my other computer savvy friend, and then he contradicted anything that he thought looked like it could need improvement, and kept it in the same price range. So they contradicted one another to make the best bang for my buck. So
I mean,
like,
that's good. Getting multiple pendants is actually good, like, because you don't want to spend like too, like, you know, you don't want to be like ripped off.
Yeah. Well, there's also like, so right now I have a lot of people, if they get a graphics card, they want NVIDIA. And definitely get NVIDIA if you are a streamer or if you are a recorder, because they have the, is it Shadowplay, I think?
They do, yes, they do.
AMD does not, which I wasn't a streamer whenever I built this computer. So, it also, if you want to stream Overwatch, you have to get 6 cores. You have to. You can't do it with 4 cores.
Yeah. It's a very
CPU.
CPU intensive game.
I maxed
Even
out
if you
my
play
CPU.
like I know a lot of streamers, they stream Overwatch on the lowest settings because even they're like really great computers, it's still like a lot. Like they have to stream around the lowest settings because it's just like it's a lot.
Well, the greatest thing about Overwatch is like you can have it on low settings, but you can make it so the textures are still really high quality.
Yeah.
It just eliminates environmental type things. Which is really nice. Like, yeah, there's still the destructible items, some of them, like railings and such, but the like some boxes aren't there and stuff like that. Who's the guest now? Their voice is familiar.
Have them guess. See if they can guess who it is.
You gotta take a guess. You gotta guess correctly. Oh my gosh, okay, I was so annoyed. Okay, so we were streaming Pirate 101, Tom and I were, and I was like, you know, like, I get that people are handing out codes while they stream, but, like, for an Extralife event, I feel like the people that donate should be the ones that, like, get rewarded. Like, I feel like...
Exactly,
like, you shouldn't just have these people that are watching get all these codes or whatever, because that's just kind of like, what's the incentive for people to donate if you're just going to give out free items? And then, as soon as I say that, Tom starts giggling, and I hear typing. He puts a code in my chat, and people, like, one person's like, oh! And, you know, people are screaming, like, you make me look like a hypocrite!
That's so funny.
He was laughing so hard. Oh.
He did that on his stream. Like, I hosted his stream one time, or I went to his stream one time. He was streaming Wiz, and he just, like, he put codes in the chat, and then, like, one time he put one code that was, like, all split up. So, like, some people that are, like, quick with codes, like, some people are so fast. Like, you put a code in the chat, and they are fast.
Yeah. Tom likes to play games.
Oh, yeah,
you'll
sure.
You'll find that out if you ever, like, hang out with him or anything like that. He loves to mess around and play games.
Never comes back from eating.
Well, if you watched my stream from the other day, it was so funny throughout the entire thing. There was only 2 viewers for most of it. It was just Vanessa and I going through some test realm. We were getting towards our last battle. Tom was one of the 2 people that was watching, and I'm like, Tom, join us, and he's just like, ugh, and I'm like, why won't you join us? And he's like, ugh, and then he types like some other stuff, and we joke around, and Vanessa raps. I drop a beat for her, and she raps. Tom can write you a song, a quick song, and what we can do with that song is he'll drop a beat for you, and you have to go along with that beat to rap it.
He's got those sick beats.
Yeah. Would you do it?
Would I do it if he rapped?
No. If he wrote you a song, like a terror song, real quick, and then he started a beat, or if I started a beat, even though it's really bad beat, would you rap it?
Would I do it?
Yeah.
Probably. I did that on my stream one time. One time, someone's like, hey, Terry, can you rap? Like, make a rap. I was like, sure. And I, like, made up, like, this really dumb rap. I was, like, trying to, like, rhyme stuff, and it was so funny. But, if he wrote something for me, would I, like, spit some bars out? Yeah.
Here, I'll show you Vanessa's real quick. Where is it? It's a highlight right there. Also, it was so funny. We had a person in a dungeon with us. They went on to our sigil, so we were on the sigil first. They came in after us, and It was so funny because they didn't like the fact that we were too busy paying attention to Tom in the chat and talking back and forth because he was being stubborn about getting into it. Later on, he got into the call. Like, it's just like, hey, I'm just here for a second. I'm like, oh, okay. But it was so funny that he came in for a bit. But I was talking about something. Oh, she got really mad. The girl that came into the dungeon with us, she got really mad because we didn't have any hits on our hands at the time. So she's like, "Oh, these guys aren't that hard." It's like the little bosses leading up to, the brain. She's like, these guys aren't that hard. Why aren't you guys hitting? Blah 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 blah. And so we just hit, and I only had Baba Yaga in my hand, so I'm supposed to fight Night Weavers, not these. Oh, gosh dang it. Okay, I'll do these quick. So I hit with Baba Yaga, and Vanessa hits with an Earthquake because that's all that she has in hand. And she's just like, this is why I don't play with noobs. And then she's like going around the chat filters cursing, and like Tom's watching, and I'm just like, what is this girl's deal? So I just report her, and after the fight she's like, you reported me? And I'm like, yup, lol. And she's just like, she walks up to, like, we get into the next fight, and she gets up next to us or whatever. Like, she's not in the fight, she's just like right up at the edge of the battle circle, like, I don't know, she's trying to taunt us or something. But she's like, you know, I can get you banned. You think that you're something hot. Info. And we're just Vanessa and I are laughing so hard because Tom's watching, and she's like, you should know what happens whenever you mess with the wrong people.
My gosh.
And I'm just like laughing, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah, just learn, or something like that. And then she goes away, and I'm laughing so hard. It was so funny because, like, the emptiest threats, like, Vanessa and I were just laughing so hard. I hate this. They Efreet me.
I was just about to say, I was like, be careful, these guys like to Efreet.
I hate them. Oh, I fizzled. I'm bad.
Yeah, because like, I remember fighting these guys, and all they do is Efreet. Just Efreet. They love Efreet. Michael Firehammer, say hello. Don't be shy.
He's always shy. Don't lie.
I know. Say hi to us, Mike.
Mike's just chilling like a villain. It's almost time for the talk, but, you know, Binary Conjurer's not here, so...
Just, you know, keeping company till then.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. We got
having fun, hanging out, chilling out.
Yeah. But no, it was really funny. Yeah, I sent a link in the Discord. That's Vanessa's rap.
Yeah, I saw it. That was really funny. You're like, should I lay down a beat?
And I'm just... She was really confused, definitely, about how she was supposed to lay down a beat for my rap, even because Tom made me a fake one. It was like 3 lines long, and it was a good time. Another
Is Tom a secret rap god?
Secretly, yes. But the only thing is, he uses his powers to embarrass his children. That was happening at 5 a.m. this morning.
Are you tired yet? Like,
no, I took that 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. nap, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was easy because I was exhausted from that last day on that job.
That's right, yeah.
Let's see.
What's usually your sleeping schedule? So, like, a normal day for you, like, what time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up? If you could have, like...
If my usual one, before I started that job, was way off, it was, I probably went to bed around 2 or 3 and got up around 9. But then, with the new job, I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning, and I went to bed around 8:30 to 10 o'clock at night.
If you would have a perfect sleeping schedule, what would it be? Like, if you could be like, I'm gonna go to bed this time and wake up at this time.
I'd probably say go to bed at 11, wake up at, like, 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
that's kind of what it was for me.
Because, like, the thing is that gives you a good chunk of time to do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, let's say that you work from, like, like sometimes my second job that is now